Hello everyone, finally doing a super anticipated video, at least one of them. We're finally going through all the stuff I got in Dubai when it comes to Arabian perfumes, okay? We've already done a little bit of niche, but we definitely have to go through all those Arabian fragrances. There are so many new releases that you guys wanted me to review, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Let's jump in. Everything you need in terms of links and discount codes, if I have any, will be of course below as per usual. Let's start. Let's start with Khadlaj, maybe, or Khadlaj, however you wanna pronounce it, but I'm guessing that more Arabic way to pronounce it would be Khadlaj, right? But please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, let's get the elephant out of the room. I have in my hands the newest release, and this is so craved and people are going crazy. This is Fursan White. They also released the black version, if I'm not mistaken. And I've smelled it in Dubai already, but I must say, this is a banger. This is a banger because it is very much on par with every single hyped up fragrance that people love from the niche world. It's gonna be super trending, I can promise you that. So this is pretty much, I'm gonna read you the note and everything in a second, but to make it as simple as I can for you, this is, to me, a perfect mixture between Matière Première, vanilla powder, and Altair from Marley. It's like you mix them both. They're both their best qualities from these two, okay? And this is how Fursan came to life. You know what? What's crazy is that it is actually the best version out of these three perfumes. It truly, truly is, because they got rid of particular things that kind of annoys me in each of them, which are so expensive. Yes, I bought them myself. I still like them. I use them, but there are some things that are bothering me. This one is the best. It's truly the best. I'm sorry. You can hate me for saying that something that's the least expensive is the best, but it truly is. And no, I'm not an affiliate of the brand, so I can say whatever I want. Fursan is truly the best in my opinion. It's the most coconutty. It also has almond. It has those nice woods. It is just the best. So Fursan has bergamot and jasmine, musk, coconut, almond, vanilla, cedarwood, and nutmeg. So it's neither vanilla powder per se, nor is it Altair, but it has the notes taken from each of them. So in my head, I was like, yeah, it must be that case that they kind of wanted to make the best out of the two. I would say Fursan is definitely a bit more similar to vanilla powder than it is to Altair. However, I think truly it does have both aspects. Yeah, definitely. Like 100%. I mean, they're all amazing. Don't get me wrong. They're all amazing, but for me, Fursan is truly the nicest. It's the most like sweet, creamy coconut pulp. That's what I get the most here, because I love vanilla powder more than I love Altair. It's still a love, but I love vanilla powder more. It's way more coconutty because that there's no coconut in Altair. It's a spicy vanilla. But I love it for coconut and I love it for Palo Santo. However, the Ambroxan here sometimes can be much. It's super potent because of it and thanks to it, but it can be much. You do not have that harsh ambroxan here. It's more creamy and overall less unisex, more feminine, in my opinion. So yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a fragrance that's 10 out of 10. Now, from Altair, it takes the bergamot and the almond. And instead of cardamom that's in Altair, we have the nutmeg here. So yeah, it kind of, you know, it kind of meshes these two fragrances together. I would say it's more like 60% of this, 40 of that. But Fursan is still its own thing. In my opinion, and on my skin, it smells actually the best. Sorry to report. Yes, I effed up. I also have them both, right? Those two expensive ones. But I'm not mad because they're all different. I would say, yes, vanilla powder and Fursan are the most similar to each other. Let me put it on both hands. For sure. But I still get a little bit of that Altair almondy spicy vibe. So, and bergamot. So yeah, gorgeous, 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 phenomenal longevity. I've been wearing it and I cannot stop. I cannot stop. I'll definitely need a backup, guys, even though I've had it for a little bit over a week now, because they couldn't give it to me during the beauty world, so it was just too much for me in the luggage, so they sent it to me. And I cannot stop wearing this. This is just amazing. One of their most amazing releases, but there's more to come. Listen, then we have something quite unexpected. I really didn't expect they're gonna do something like this. But if you are on a hunt for guidance dupe from Amouage, then I have something that might satisfy you. It's not a like dupe 100%, absolutely not, but it has a similar note structure and it will give you the vibe, but it's way more airy, fruity, and more powdery. Okay, it's not as complex, it's not as incredibly dense, and it's also not sandalwoody at all, but it's still absolutely beautiful. Definitely my favorite inspired by guidance fragrance that I've smelled, that's for sure. And this is Musk pour Amber, again from Khadlaj. This is, again, it has that same very, very creamy aspect to it, which is very addictive, even though it doesn't have that sandalwood that just does it for me in guidance. This one is so beautiful. Yeah, this one is just way more airy, more fruity floral. The pear is the center of attention. When it comes to the notes are slight, yeah, they're quite similar to the OG guidance. You have bergamot, pear, and frankincense, hazelnut, rose, jasmine, sambac, and vanilla and cedarwood. So it's less complex and it's more airy, more everyday appropriate. I think what I'm gonna do for sure, I'm gonna mix Amouage guidance with this, especially if I go out. And for a daily wear, if I'm just running errands or working at home or just going somewhere for lunch, this is more than enough. This is more than enough. It's beautiful, fruity, creamy, slightly nutty for sure fragrance. If you love the combination between frankincense and pear and hazelnut, you're gonna be in love. because it still gives that. It's just not as oomph in your face and not as woody and strong, but it's still a beautiful scent, I must say. The longevity, I'm still testing it. For now, I'm getting around 7 to 8 hours with moderate projection, but it's been recently opened, so let's give it a little bit of time. And I'm definitely gonna come back to you with my final assessment, but so far, so very good. So yeah, this was a big surprise that I got this in the mail, and I didn't really expect to like it, but I actually absolutely love it. And the last one from Khadlaj that I have is also a new release, very, very new, and this is Sara. In a gorgeous bottle, I must say. It's absolutely stunning of a bottle. I love it. And here we have a very, very nice note structure. I would say it's a perfect everyday fragrance. And here we have bergamot, jasmine, and berries, rose and geranium, musk and amber. And it does remind me of something, I'm sure, but I cannot really pinpoint it in my head at the moment. But it is just gorgeous. It's a little bit like Kayali Lychee. It's that vibe. It's either Kayali Lychee or the sugar candy one, kind of that vibe, okay? Those sweet, fruity, sparkling, edible, juicy Kayali fragrance that we all love. This is it. This is it. It's phenomenal. I personally really, really love it. It's like a very, very sweet, fruity fragrance. You get such a gorgeous, juicy blast of berries here. I love the dry down. It stays put. It lasts. This is so good. I am guessing that this is an inspiration from Sparkling Lychee. From Kayali, because it's very, very similar, but I also see some different nuances and aspects, which makes this fragrance very unique, and is definitely not redundant if you have Kayali to have this, because it's different enough. It's different enough, and it's its own gem. It's absolutely stunning. If you love those bubbly, juicy, sweet, girly fragrances that actually do last, then Sara is so good. It's so, so nice. Very, very big, amazing surprise that I got in the mail. Didn't think I would love it again, but here we are. All right, guys, we can move on to some Paris Corner. And when it comes to Paris Corner, I have to be honest with you, I am still waiting for my packages with the newest releases. They're coming to me from Dubai, so it's a very, very tough process when it comes to, you know, all the customs and stuff. So I'm getting my fragrances in batches from the lovely team. And I have one very new release and two less of new releases, but they stole my heart. They stole my heart. So let's start with the very, very, very new release, which is Ibisco Nirvana from Paris Corner. Looks like this, a very nice, sleek packaging. And this is, of course, inspired by Hibiscus Mahajad. And, you know, I already have a lot of, okay, not a lot, but maybe 3 fragrances that are so good when it comes to Hibiscus Mahajad alternatives, that I wouldn't say I need one more, but this one is so good because it's so much sweeter and so much girlier. I love it so much. So in this one, we've got lime, mint leaves, black currant. Then we have hibiscus, geranium, damask rose, and cinnamon. And in the base, we've got vanilla leather, amber, and musk. So the note structure is pretty much identical. We just do not have ambrette, which is very prominent in the original. But this one smells divine, because apart from the original DNA, original hibiscus mahajat DNA, which is definitely here, you have a gorgeous twist of a very, very heavy black currant note. In the original, if I'm not mistaken, there's cassis. Instead of that, we have an actual black currant here. And it just does it for me. It just does it for me. It smells like my mountain garden in the rain when I was a young girl. We actually had hibiscus there, and we had black currants, and they would grow quite close to each other. So when it would rain, I would get a very, very similar scent in that part of the garden. And it's just divine. It's just divine. And it reminds me of very, very good times in my life. So Ibisco Nirvana, it is a hibiscus mahajat inspired fragrance, but as with all Paris Corner fragrances, they have their own twist. You're never getting like 100%, because they do not want you to get 100%. They get inspired by a scent, but it has to be their own thing as well. You know what I mean? And I love it about that. I love it about the brand. So this is gorgeous. Truly, truly gorgeous. You really cannot go wrong with it. You really cannot. All right, now discovery of the year. I feel like I and my boyfriend are both absolutely crazy about this scent, guys. It's kind of the same craziness that we get from Algabra King of Flowers. And I would say this fragrance is also a little bit similar to that. This is a inspired fragrance by Penhaligon's Lord George. And it is a Privé Zara line, which has a beautiful bottle. I love this bottle. And this is called Noble George. And the notes are super simple. We have brandy, woody notes, amber, and tonka bean. Easy as that. So this is a pretty perfect dupe for the stag, which is the tragedy of Lord George. I must say, I personally love it. I personally love it. You know, as I looked at Fragrantica, people have mixed opinions about it, especially men, because mainly men review this fragrance. But me as a woman, that, like, I know my scents, all right? This is amazing. It's beautiful. It's like sweet, sweet, brandy tonka scent. I love it. And it lasts so well with moderate projection. If you like sweet, boozy fragrances, but trust me, it's sweet. Really, really sweet. I would even dare saying that it's a little bit sweeter than Angel's Share. If you like that kind of fragrance, then you will love it. Love it. For me, it's amazing. And last but not least, from Paris Corner, we've got Nouf. I'm not sure if it's new or not that new, but the bottle is so nice to play with. I love the dingly-ling-ling. So this one I would consider also quite unisex. It's a nice twist on all those pineapple woody fragrances. So think Crida Ventus, Hasivat, all those fragrances, all right? This is so nice and very strong. I would say this has the most potent pineapple out of pretty much all of them, you know, in that genre. Very, very strong pineapple. And that's why I feel like it's perfect as a girl scent as well. Girl scent, I mean. So here we have quite a lot of citruses. Of course, the note of pineapple is the most prominent out of every other note here in this fragrance. And we have saffron, we have also jasmine and fir balsam, we have oud, cedarwood, and amber. So it ends up being quite woody, yes, and you do have some oud, but you do not worry about it because it's not like skanky. It's a very, very super subtle oud. Super subtle oud. Just a nice cedar oudy base with amber, which I really like because it's a sweet amber here. That is it. I would say this amber is based on a lot of vanilla, actually. So yeah, Nouf, if you like quite realistic pineapple scents, then you will love this. I personally really, really, really like it. So that is that. And last but not least for today, let's do one fragrance from Ahmed and Maghribi. And I spent a lot of time in their booth during the beauty world in Dubai. And I really love the team and I really like the brand. And the one fragrance that I got from the showroom is Rose Noir, but they have so much more, like the purple one, Rose Oud, I'm not sure how it's called, I cannot remember, but it's in a purple bottle and it's a new release. It's so good. But this, amazing. This is a powdery vanilla fragrance, and what's really, really funny about it, it doesn't even have rose in here. This is jasmine, Sicilian orange, and ginger. Then you have powdery notes and vanilla bean. And then you have musk, cashmere, sandalwood, and ambergris. That's Rose Noir. So I'm really not sure why is it called rose, because to me it smells so much like Olympia from Paco Rabanne. Pretty much 1-to-1. But since Rabanne's performance is going down every year, this is so much better now, considering the price point and the performance, because it's super long lasting. So Rose Noir is basically, it's okay, let's say it's kind of a cross between the original Olympia and Olympia Intense, which is more like ambery salty. This is it. This is it. But I just do not know why they called it Rose Noir. Like, why? I would actually, it would make sense to me if they called it, let's say, desert rose, right? Because it's actually like a beautiful rose created through sandstorms on the desert, and it's actually a thing, and it's in a sandy color, and yeah, it would make total sense. But I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, tell me. But in general, this is not a rose fragrance. This is not a rose fragrance. This is a vanilla, salty, a little bit solar, beautiful powdery scent. If you love Olympia from Paco Rabanne, then you will love this, period. And it has super good longevity. So that is it for today's haul. I really hope you enjoyed it, my darlings. Thank you so much for watching. And again, everything you need is in the description below. So do not forget to check it there, and see you in my next one. Bye.